Hey guys, it is Greg again. I'm going to go over a long-term strategy with you guys over this video of kind of what I'm looking at with Polkadot. Give you guys more clarification because the guy Ray Donk asked me, well, how do you come to this conclusion? I'm going to explain to you why, just to give you a general idea, kind of because you have to use other charts and other markets. You also have to include the SPX, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow. So what I mean by that is if the S&P 500 is trading at 4,000 and it's just tanking and it's going down to say 37, or you maybe have targets of 38, 38.50 or 37.50 or something like that. If you're paying attention to those other traditional financial markets, there's a high likelihood DOT's going to be going down with it, BTC be going down with it. So you have to take those all into consideration. And I want to go into too much detail about that, but it's important to know that. So how you want to go about doing that, or who you want to pay attention to in the chat. Dave's a good guy in there to pay attention to get that information on the traditional financial markets. Sage is another guy. There's a couple other guys in the chat that you can pay attention to what's going on in those markets if you don't want to be on top of it all the time. I'm not on top of the traditional financial markets like I on top of crypto, okay? But I do realize that's a very, very important part of it. Do I see BTC going off into a moonshot while the S&P 500 is still tanking? Right now, no, I don't. If you take a look at S&P 500's chart and the movement of it, it's very similar to Bitcoin. So it's, even though there is no 100% proof, there is some decorrelation. You can't, through the history of Bitcoin, you can't say Bitcoin's 100% correlated to S&P 500, but right now it is. It appears to be. So just want to let you guys know that. So to go over this, why am I saying is DOT's possibly coming into a bottom? I have a chart with some fib levels and things. And with Polkadot, it follows BTC closely. So I like to call Bitcoin is the daddy, Ethereum is the mommy, and Polkadot's the sister in the family. And then you have Kusama in the mix there too. I call Kusama the problem child. So from risk level tolerance, BTC, first, the highest, the safest out of those four, then Ethereum, then Polkadot, then Kusama, the wild child, Kusama, the problem child, can have wild swings. Okay, that's kind of how I look at it, and they all kind of follow together if you pay attention to them. And as a matter of fact, Dave from Logical Crypto put me onto that a long time ago, back in 2021, where he's like, he said something about that, and I started looking at it, and I was like, well, he's right. I mean, it's like they're just like related almost, kind of, in a way. So what I'm going to do is that I also have BTC on here as a chart, and this is the count that I'm kind of looking at right now. I've explained this in other videos. I think BTC came down on this in this diagonal. Came down for this third wave. It's going to make a move up. I explained it. This is not the CME chart, but there's a gap here. I think it's coming up to fill up. I think BTC could possibly go up to 34, 35. All the other coins are going to pump up, Ethereum and DOT and all those other ones. And then it's going to come down and make this dump to 20 to 24,000 is a high probability. I don't think BTC is done with the correction here, and then it's off into another wave. I think there's another move up and then down. And the reason that I say that is if you take a look at the DXY is still going up. I think it's going to complete a third wave move in here at some point. The DXY is going to go into its fourth wave correction. BTC will go up at that point, and then it's going to go into a fifth wave, and BTC and the other markets, the SPX, are going to dump, and then you have this. It'll go into this correction. How big this will be, don't know. It could be years. If you take a look at the last one, it went from 2016 to 2020, 4 years to make that move. So this could be a long move. The USDC is another one to pay attention to. You can see that the USDC is coming up on a correction too. So this is the USDC dominance chart, and I'm kind of expecting a move about the same time as the DXY. So for those that are asking, that's why I'm coming up to my conclusion that DOT is possibly in this area coming into maybe a nice third wave move. Okay. Now, I want to say that if this is all wrong and BTC is just going down, like down to 14, which I don't think it is yet, I don't think so, then all this is off. So you have to be prepared for that. Things change. DOT might not go this deep, and this might have been the bottom. I don't know yet, but this is just a strategy or a plan that I'm showing you guys I'm coming up with Polkadot. And I said I was going to be going in buying it, and this is what I would do if I'm buying a dip on Polkadot. Okay, just to give you as an example. Remember, things change. This is the cryptocurrency market. Things could change. Maybe next week, what happened to Luna happens to Polkadot, and then the plan is out the window. Just as an example, remember that. Don't take this and say, this is what I'm going to do, because things change. I want to reiterate, make that clear. Okay, guys, not financial advice. So here's Polkadot. It's popped up really good. Okay. So I think there's a high probability, in my opinion, that this is a local bottom, and then DOT's going to pop up, and it's going to come down for another correction down to the areas that test the areas that was before. Okay, I have a fib level of this whole structure here, and it came down and just broke the golden pocket area, and I have this area too because I'm going to find it difficult that Polkadot is going to be going below these areas. That's the 90%. Okay, so once Polkadot pops back up and it's coming down into a correction, I have a couple lines on here. Okay, so the first area I have, for example, $5,000 I want to put into Polkadot as an example. It comes back down, it goes to the $7 area. I'm going to take $500 and buy DOT coins. Okay, boom, right there. It's coming, still doing its correction. It's going to come down to the $6 area. I'm going to take another 1,000 of that 5,000 and plop in 1,000 if it comes down and hits that $6 target. Okay. If it comes down to the $5 area, I'm going to take another 1,000 and plop it into Polkadot. So now I have $2,500 that I've used in Polkadot out of my $5,000 bag. Okay. And realizing that Polkadot could come down to $4.32. And I do have a potential stop loss that you may want to use going past that area on DOT of $3.80 or $4. And then the red line is all bets are off. If DOT goes beyond the red line right here, it's gone bearish, something happened, and you just get out. You take the losses and you move on, because now it's a different sequence. Okay. You have to do it. I'm telling you, it's just, if you put your money in there, that's why you don't put your whole bag. So I have a $5,000 bag and I've only used 2,500 of it. And I come down, and my average cost on DOT at that point, not going into too technical of a math, would be about $6, $6 now. Okay. So DOT comes down into the correction and it starts making its move based on my thesis that Bitcoin's coming in to do its last dip, and that the DXY is going to be doing a correction, USDC is going to be doing a correction, and then the SPX is going to be coming in to finish off a correction. Based on other factors, you have to take those in consideration. I want to reiterate that. Okay, so DOT's going to make a move out of there. Boom, an impulsive move out of there. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and watch it, and if I see a nice impulsive move, it can go way up to there. That's great. And it's going to come down and do a correction. Okay. If I see that, for me, if I see that nice 5-wave impulse and it's coming down to do a nice 2nd wave correction, I take the rest of my money, boom, right there, $5. I just throw it in there, $2,500 now. Now I know I'm going into a 3rd wave. Takes a little skill to figure that out, but you know, you're break even on that point right there. $5, you plop it into DOT. If it breaks that $3.90-ish, $4, you know, you just get out of that portion of DOT. Okay. Or you take your whole bag and get it out. And at that point, you plopped everything else in, and boom, you're on this wave run right here with Polkadot. Okay. So what I'm going to do, Polkadot hits $12. My average buy-in price is $6. If it hits $12, you take the 5,000 out. You take it out. You take it and you get it, and now you just have casino money and you let that run up. Okay. And then at this point, you're going to be looking at a wave, and this, I don't want to go into too much detail, but you're going to be looking for divergence on the RSI in this area. You'll see some divergence, and that's where you can start exiting out of DOT in this scenario. Okay. Is what I do. So now it's just all your own personal money at that $12 area. You want to take your money that you put in and get it out, and then let the rest of that ride. Okay. Now this is all going to depend on Bitcoin and Ethereum and what they're doing and the moves that they're doing. If they're bullish and they're in a bullish move, and Ethereum's in a bullish move, and things look good, you know, I just won't touch it. I'll just let it ride out all the way up to this wave if I can. If things, you know, if things change, then you want to have a plan. If I see it go up, I see it create that divergence, I might just exit out, for example, at say $50 or $51, depending on the market scenarios. Okay. But it's critical to get your original investment out at that $12 area and get that out and let that run. Okay. And also based on the other market ideas. So that's just an idea I wanted to present to you guys of what I'm thinking could go on. This is basically going to be my accumulation area for Polkadot. Okay. If it comes back down in this area based on this correction, I think that this three-wave move right here that I may be doing back down into this area. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.